To start this video off, I want you to close your eyes. No, really close them, as long as you're not driving. Now imagine a guy that you've been dating saying these words to you. You make me really happy. You're so sexy. I appreciate everything that you do for me. I love how smart you are. My family adores you. Now, think about how those words make you feel. Do they make you blush? Do they give you a warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach? Do they make you smile ear to ear? Maybe they even make you giggle. Okay, open your eyes. Do you see how words have such a profound impact on how we feel deep down? Well, the same is to be said for words that make people feel badly. Sometimes women and men say things that cut deep and negatively affect the other person. Now, I know this might be unintentional, and maybe you don't realize that saying something could hurt a big, strong man, but you do need to be careful because saying certain things to men can actually flip the switch off on a man's attraction for you. So let's jump right into the 3 things you should never ever say to a guy. Number 1, ew, gross. This one is in reference to sex. Men and women alike can feel a lot of shame surrounding sex, and if you've been dating a guy for a bit and you're sleeping together regularly, he may feel safe with you and might just start to open up about his fantasies. Sometimes he's been hiding these sexual secrets in the back of his mind, maybe even for years, and he wouldn't dare share them with anyone. And if he comes to you exposing his fantasy, hoping that you can fulfill it together, and you shut him down and make him feel embarrassed and ashamed about it, it creates a huge challenge. Now, I want to be clear that you should never do anything that you feel uncomfortable with. And there's a difference between being uninterested in doing something and being judgmental. And if this guy confides in you and you make like a disgusted face or tell him that he's gross for thinking that, he's going to feel weird and have a hard time sharing any of his secret desires with you in the future. One of the best ways to make him feel safe with you and to strengthen your emotional and sexual connection is to completely obliterate and remove shame from the bedroom. Open communication is the key for any relationship to succeed, and you should be able to have conversations with your partner about what gets you excited and also what you're not interested in. And if he comes to you with an idea, the both of you should be able to get creative and find a solution that works for both of you. The key here is to be able to trust one another and make sure that you're both satisfied. By avoiding shameful comments when it comes to sex, your communication can grow even stronger and you can feel more connected than ever before. You can help him to ease his fears about committing to you because he's going to realize you're different than other women. You're not going to judge him. You'll listen to him. You can get creative and you can work on making both of your wildest fantasies come alive together. Now that's the kind of woman that he can imagine spending a lifetime with. Number 2, how many people have you slept with? If you ask this question, just stop. Stop right now. There's just no reason why you should be asking your partner about how many people that he's slept with in the past. Now, I do understand the allure of wanting to know all about his past, and maybe you even have the urge to compare it with your own or to social media stalk other women that he's been with, but keeping this topic more locked up is probably best because there's just no benefit to you knowing about his past partners. I promise you, there's not going to be any high-quality guy who's going to want to hear about men that you've slept with. The bottom line, it's just not helpful. I can't imagine any high-value woman wanting to talk to her boyfriend about it. Not because she's trying to keep those things a secret, but because it's just irrelevant. It's not any of his business. So if this starts happening and you're talking about this, it could be a problem. You want his mind to be focused on you, not on replaying your past sexual experiences with men. If you don't believe me, just take a look at this couple revealing for the first time how many people they've been with.
She wasn't a very promiscuous girl, you know, and she, I guess, according to modern society, started later than most. So I think 3.
Just a show.
Boom. I know her.
I'm gonna say 12.
Yeah? Do I expose it to her now?
Wait, now I'm nervous. 20 something.
Okay, well, it's about to go down right now, so here you go. man whore. You know, I used to party a lot, so what? Times have changed. I'm a one-woman man now. Okay.
Oh my God.
Is it awkward in here at all? Okay.
Did you see the reaction of the woman who had 3 partners where her boyfriend had been with over 100? How do you think that made her feel? As you can see by her reaction, she looked totally mortified. And she's been with this guy for 3 years, and they look like they've been doing pretty well together. But learning this information, I mean, how does that affect her? It just invites drama or kind of a weirdness into the relationship for no reason. A great quote that I really like: "Don't look backwards or else you'll fall down the stairs." Relationships naturally come with ups and downs, but you don't want to be creating uncomfortable moments just for the cause of it, just because it's interesting. Personally, this was never a discussion that I had with women that I dated. And if you get to know your partner, these things eventually become more apparent without you directly having to talk about it. Number 3, are you going to take care of that? Well, referring to a bill. Studies show that 1 in 4 women expect men to pay for dinner on the first date. And I happen to appreciate chivalry, and I do believe that men should pay on the first date. However, I would never recommend that you actually act like you expect him to pay. Now, most men are already expecting to cover the first date, most men. But if the woman never offers to contribute or kind of pushes the bill over to his side, it can seem to the guy like she values your money more than she values your time. And when I was dating Kathy, who's now my wife, I paid for our first date, I paid for our second, but I think she might have paid for drinks after the second date and maybe even a meal on the third date. And I don't remember exactly, but I know I was insistent against it, but she really, really wanted to pay. Do you know how that made me feel? It made me feel like she wanted to invest in getting to know me, that she appreciated and valued me and my time. It felt like she cared. I didn't want her to pay, and maybe I shouldn't have even let her at the time, but it was so nice that she wanted to reciprocate my kindness. You don't want him to think that the only way to pay him back is by sleeping with him. That can lead to a real shallow relationship where he feels more like a sugar daddy and has expectations of hooking up with you when he wants. Now, let's say you do go out with a guy and he wants you, he asks you to split the bill. If you value chivalry, then that's an obvious mismatch. Just check out this scene from the blind dating show First Dates. It shows how this woman reacted. I thought she reacted like a boss when this guy asks her to split the bill.
Is it card, cash?
How do you want to do it?
So, is it going house, yeah?
Is that alright? Is that alright? Is that bad, is it? Oh, no. No? No?
It's fine.
Yeah?
Then that's 45, that leaves you to pay 44.39.
Put 20 in my card, mate, and then let her have some change back. You got enough?
She's prepared.
Oops.
There we go.
Just in case I'm on a cheap date.
Her reaction says it all. I thought it was awesome. She didn't act angry. She didn't start a fight. She just graciously accepted to pay half, and she kind of laughed at how ridiculous it was that the guy didn't even want to pay for dinner on a TV show that he's being filmed for. And then he makes some snide comment about, leave her some change. So when the bill comes to the table, it's okay to leave it there. It's okay to let him take it. You don't have to make a first move for the bill. But when he does make the move for the bill, you can always smile and thank him for paying. And that's when you take the time to let him know that, you enjoyed getting to know him. That's when you let him know that you appreciated more than just the free meal. And if you go on several dates, it's nice to offer to contribute sometimes. It sends a message to the man that you believe in him and you'd like to invest in getting to know him more. So now that you've learned the 3 things to never say to a guy, you can be sure to avoid killing his attraction for you early on over a silly matter. This is so important because understanding the male mind is probably the single biggest advantage you can have when it comes to attracting a great guy. In fact, that's why I spent 6 months privately interviewing dozens of high-quality men about attraction, commitment, and relationships. And then I turned their answers into a step-by-step training program. If you want to learn more about it, just click the link in the description below this video. But if you are interested, check it out soon because there's only 200 spots available. I'll see you over there.